just wanna see me fall, but they won't see me trip at all. I just put the rhythm on and hit it like a cricket ball. Tell me what the deal is, I ain't breathing but I'm feeling cool. Tell me what the meaning of a genius is, cause he's a fool. We let emotion go, and even though I'm frozen cold, I rode a boat alone, I float. My flow's a fucking roller coaster. I wrote, and still I haven't overdosed. I stole the code and no one knows the reason why I hold the throne. Cause I wanna be the happiest alive. And it's obvious I'm happy when I write. Reality programs record your mad ass life. But I don't...
What is going on, guys? I thought I'd quickly record my kind of review and my take and my opinion on the new Black Panther movie. I watched it yesterday, and the way I was excited for this was unbelievable because I'm a huge Marvel fan myself. So let's literally get right into it. Oh, before I carry on, there will be spoilers in this video, so there's your warning. So the first thing that I found that was amazing about this movie is the fact that I genuinely really liked the villain, actually, and when I say the villain, I mean the guy that was the main villain in the movie. And the reason why I liked him is because his ideals, his values, a lot of the things that he was saying actually made a lot of sense, and it resulted in him obviously dying for it. I mean, I love the line that he ended, and the last line he actually ever mentioned, which was something along the lines of, you know, when I die, bury me in the water like my forefathers who preferred to jump into the water than, you know, live a life of bondage. And he's talking about the transatlantic slave trade and slavery that occurred, and, you know, the fact that Wakanda didn't really do anything, you know, that could have, you know, they could have stepped in and actually, you know, changed history at that point and really helped empower black people. And this movie is based on this idea of empowering black people, you know. And the amazing thing is, you know, we have a stigma about certain countries in Africa, and we also know that certain countries in Africa are third world countries where they aren't able to afford many necessities that we have in this country. But this movie just outlined how, you know, they can be independent, and they, if they had the right sort of development, the right sort of history, they could have achieved even potentially greater things than we have achieved in this country. But, you know, as we know from history, there have been times where the British and the French and the Germans and basically Europeans have come into Africa, divided it, broken up and destabilized countries, and that has led to a lot of it's led to countries slowing down in their development and their progress, very similar to that of India and, you know, certain other Asian countries as well. So it's amazing that now there's a new face of Marvel that actually can, you know, assimilate that culture and also assimilate a lot of the a lot of the values that we have in ourselves today, growing up in an educated country, about injustices around the world. And that's an amazing thing that the movie has brought about. The other thing I actually really wanted to mention was the music was just amazing. You know, the music, and funny enough, again, the music was typical for a movie that is based on black people, and it's an amazing track list that they've got, including, you know, Kendrick Lamar's part, and many other artists that, you know, I might even just play in the background for this video just because it's just that amazing.
I fight the world, I fight you, I fight myself, I fight God, just tell me how many burdens left. I fight pain and hurricanes, today I wept. I'm trying to fight back tears, flood on my doorstep.
The third amazing part of this movie was actually the level of technology that they actually showed, and, you know, the imagination of the technology and things that are coming into fruition now. And it's just showing that there's so much in terms of technology out there that we can harness and we can create and we can use, if the right sort of work goes into, and the right sort of engineering and the right sort of research goes into these kind of technologies. So for me, that's an amazing kind of eye-opener as well. And there was a twist in the movie, and really and truly I really like the way it does link back to the first king of Wakanda and the mistakes that were happening there, and really integrates from there the issues in America with black people, you know, the ghettos, the 70s, 80s and 90s, the kind of struggles that they had to go through in terms of poverty in the north of America. That's just amazing. So for me, this has been an amazing movie in that regard. And of course, you know, really talking about the ending of the movie and the, you know what happens in Marvel series, only a Marvel movie, sorry, only, you know, morons get up at the end and don't watch the credits afterwards, you know, because we all know that after the credits there are so many scenes and so many clips that are clues for what's gonna happen in the journey of Marvel and in the Avengers. So seeing, you know, Bucky at the end being healed by the princess, actually, you know, and actually, especially because Bucky was the one that was blamed for the death of the first king of Wakanda that we actually saw. Another highlight that I should mention is how women were shown in the movie, and the way that they were, you know, the way that they were in charge and very liberated, and were, you know, they had a lot of power, you know, in comparison to the Western civilization and the way we've seen things. And, you know, to be honest with you, it may not represent Africa as we know it, and it may not even be a real reflection of how certain places and certain countries in Africa and so certain cultures in Africa are run, but it does show an ideal one where we can get to, or maybe not an ideal one, but more of the side of, you know, there can be amazing things, whether it comes from technology from women, or whether that comes from leadership from women, or whether that comes from even fighting and warriorship from women. There's so much that, you know, the movie has shown that women can offer to a country that can really, you know, propel it to a massive stage of development and a massive stage of or massive status of a country itself. So again, that was really, really nice to see. You know, the women getting a really, really big shine, and black people getting really big shine in this movie. And again, that's highlighting two massive injustices that have been, you know, occurring in history and are continuously occurring. So this has literally highlighted a lot of issues that we need to look at and think about. Whereas, you know, if you compare that to other movies, for example Ant-Man, or, you know, Guardians of the Galaxy, or Iron Man, or even Thor, or even Hulk, you know, and even Spider-Man, to be honest, they don't cover much of this. They don't cover things that really interested me as much as the Black Panther movie did, which were issues in history and injustices today in today's society. And that's an amazing thing that Marvel have done. So big up, well done. I think it was a wicked production. I think it was worth the hype, and I'm really excited for Avengers Infinity Wars that's going to be coming out. I am super duper excited. So guys, that's all for me today. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment, do your thing. Peace out.